the July edition. I'm so excited to be here with you all again. If you're excited, you should drop your comments below. Let me see. Um, we in the June edition, which was last month, we had our pleasure of listening to Mrs. Atinuke Akilaon, who spoke to us about the topic "Woman Be Still," where she talked about how women can, embrace our inner power and then becoming better versions of ourselves as women, especially as women. And it was a very fantastic session, and I actually learned a lot from it, and I'm sure we all also did learn valuable lessons. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome again to the Emergence Conference. This is a conference that is, founded by Mrs. Deborah Kolade. Please give it up for her. And it's a conference where, you know, that a conference where we empower African women, to overcome cultural and religious, barriers. And to keep it moving today, as usual, we have our special guest in the building. We have Mrs. Oludayo Adeni. Sorry, please pardon me. And author, she's an author, she's a global speaker, she's a transformational coach. She'll be talking to us today about living in abundance. That is the theme of today. And you can also call her the Abundance Queen. Yeah. So please join me to welcome Mrs. Oludayo Adeni, please. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
God is about to put things that are greater than you. There is iPhone ordinary, there is iPhone Pro Max. And God looked at you. If you look at the Bible, God is always using addressing male and female, because you are actually a man, but a man Pro Max. How? You can ask me. You are a man with a womb, and that is why we are called woman, man with a womb. And you are not just on earth to carry babies, biological babies. You are supposed to birth destinies. You are supposed, greatness, nations are inside your womb.
Hello, everyone, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Emergence Conference, the July edition. I am very excited to be here, and I hope you guys are excited too. Um, Last month, which was the June edition, we had the pleasure of, hearing from Mrs. Atinuke Akilaon, who spoke to us about the topic Woman Be Still, where she was talking to us about, how women can embrace our inner powers. And of course, uh, she inspired us on how, as women, you have to know how to become better versions of yourself. And I actually did learn a lot from it, and I hope you guys did also. And if you're new here, thank you for joining. And if you're returning, you know, thank you also for coming again. Stick around with us. It's going to be a very interactive session. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to learn a lot from it. And of course, if you're just joining us, as I said earlier, Emergence Conference is founded by Mrs. Deborah Kolade. And the sole purpose of the conference is to empower African women to overcome cultural and religious barriers, enabling them to embrace their identity and purpose in Christ. Okay, so today is not going to be uh, different. It's going to be even more better, of course. And so to keep things moving, we have our special guest today in the building, Mrs. Oludayo, Mrs. Oludayo Adeniyi. She's an author, she's a global speaker, and she is a transformational coach. She'll be talking to us today about living in abundance, and you can also call her the Abundance Queen. Yeah. So please, guys, join me in welcoming Mrs. Oludayo Adeni. Drop your comments below. I can't see anybody commenting. Are you guys not excited to be here? Okay. So, guys, thank you so much. Please join me as I welcome Mrs. Oludayo Adeni. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, so please, few minutes as she joins us. Just give us a few minutes. She's going to join us soon. Hi, Mary. I can see your comment. Um, Thank you for joining us today. So just a few minutes as Mrs. Oludayo Adeni will be joining us. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, hi Toluwani. I can see your comments. Oh yes, you're ready. I am ready too. Okay. Hi. Hello. Okay, so sorry, excuse me, a few minutes. So few details about Mrs. Oludayo, before she joins us. As I said earlier, you can call her the Abundance Queen. She She's a versatile executive and thought leader with nearly 2 decades of extensive experience across diverse domains: human resources management, operations, leadership, team building, direct sales, wealth creation, consulting, and coaching. And so I believe this is going to be really exciting topic today, and I'm so ready to hear from her. Okay, hi.
Oops.
Hello, Mark. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome, Ma. So Ma, please introduce yourself to us. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm Oludaya Adeni, the Abundance Queen, and I'm excited to be here. I'm Abundance and Peak Performance Coach. I help professionals and the business owners unlock abundance so they can achieve their definition of success. And think, and I'm an author and also a speaker. I have authored the book, The Abundance Code: Cultivating and Mastering a Wealth Mindset. I just launched the book on Saturday, and it's an interesting one. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to
We're
be here with you.
excited to have you too. So glad to
Thank
have
you.
you. Yes, ma'am.
I think I can try to check my volume so that I can hear.
Okay. Can you hear me, Ma? Can you hear me clearly
Yes,
now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Is it better
Yes,
now?
yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, very well. Very well. Okay. So today the theme of today is living in abundance, and we'd like you to tell us more, engage us about the topic for today.
Okay. If you don't mind, T, I'd like you to please speak out a bit so that I can.
Okay.
Your volume is a bit low and I'm having to strain to hear you.
Oh, okay, ma. I'm saying that today's theme is living in abundance, and we'd
Okay.
like you to shed more light on it and tell us what you have in store for us.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, my laptop wasn't charging, so that's it. Okay. I'm excited to be here. Living in abundance. It's a very interesting topic. When I was given the topic, I'm like, okay. So living in abundance. It's an interesting topic for me, because it actually speaks about our nature. And I would like to take it first from us understanding that our nature is that of abundance. You know, the way we're created for abundance. And not just being created for abundance, we're created as abundance being. So when you talk about living in abundance, it's about living in your default setting. It is about living in the reality of who you truly are. And that is why this topic is very interesting and powerful for me. Because with all that is happening in the world today, a lot of us are not living in our true identity. We are not living in our true essence. And that is why you have a lot of women. I believe I'm speaking to more of women, men may be here also, but if I use women, just bear with me. This applies to every one of us. You discover that a lot of women actually struggle because they do not understand who they are. They do not understand their identity. So when we're giving birth to, for example, we came into this world with that abundance nature. But by the time we came in, what happened is through exposure, childhood, our upbringing, our exposures, our education, exposure to society, exposure to religious homes. A lot of us learned quite a number of things that have conditioned us to be who we are today. And who we are today is now determining the results that we get. So for example, if you have someone that was born into an environment where, for example, wealth wasn't something that was fully embraced. If like we all grew up hearing, oh, if you ask mommy and daddy for money, and they will say, do I have a tree of money planted at the back of my house? And indirectly, we grew up understanding that money is difficult to make. And because you feel that money is difficult to make, indirectly or unconsciously, it becomes your default setting. So you grew up to a point where you now want to manifest abundance. You now want to, become successful. You want to be financially free. You want to enjoy so much, want to enjoy a life of fulfillment, a life of success. You want to be able to have experience freedom. But you discover that limiting belief, that subconscious programming that you have is limiting, you from truly experiencing the abundance that you are. So I would like to lay a foundation here that abundance is not something we seek. Abundance is our nature. And just the same way you have a phone, where your phone has an operating system running on it, is the same way each and every one of us has an operating system running on it. But when we're created from default, our operating system was that of abundance. But the moment we came into this world with all the learning, the exposures, the operating system was upgraded. Should I say it was upgraded? It was downgraded. Let me put it like that. The operating system was downgraded. So you see that a lot of people, a lot of women function from that scarcity mindset. So when I'm talking about abundance, abundance is a psychological state that is rooted in plenty, that is rooted in opportunities, that is rooted in the fact that there is enough for you to thrive in this world. So abundance is not first, it's not about possessions. It is way deeper than that. So a lot of people have this misconception where you're, oh, living in abundance about maybe money. Money is part of financial, is part of abundance, but it is only an aspect of abundance. Abundance is truly your state of being. And that is why it speaks about your identity. That is why it speaks about who you are. That is why it speaks about your nature. So your nature is that of abundance. Your nature is abundance. So when you understand that your nature is abundance, when you can, reprogram yourself back to your default setting, what happens is that living in abundance becomes a norm. Living in abundance becomes a normal. It is not something that you're struggling with. But currently now you see that a lot of us, a lot of people struggle. Why? Because the programming that they're operating right now is not that of abundance. So first thing, like I said, abundance is first the state of being. It is not just about what you have. It is a state that produces the outcomes of your life. It's like the foundation that you build on. It's like the foundation that you build, and this determines the success in all areas of our lives. And so when you're talking about abundance, abundance has to do with your finances, it has to do with your relationships, it has to do with your career, it has to do with your emotions, it has to do with your time, it has to do with every aspect of your life. And the truth about it is that we are created to live life abundantly. So if you are listening to me today, I want you to know that you are created to live life abundantly, and abundance is your birthright. It is your birthright. It is not something you are striving for. It is not something you are trying to acquire, but it is a nature that you have to accept and acknowledge that this is who you are. And as you acknowledge it, it begins to become the reality of your life. So I will speak about, some misconceptions about abundance. So the first misconception I will talk about is people perceive abundance to be about money. I've mentioned that abundance is beyond money. Abundance is much more than money. Money, financial abundance is a part of abundance. So it is not just about money. So when you hear the concept of abundance, you need to understand that it is way, way more. It is about your career, it's about your relationship, it's about you living life to the fullness. And when you begin to see people, for example, when you see people live their lives, you discover that some people have so much money, but they don't enjoy the peace, they don't enjoy the joy, they don't enjoy the abundance. So, as women, all that we desire is for us to live that all rounded life. Enjoy your relationship, enjoy your finances, enjoy your health, enjoy the opportunities that come to you so that you can truly live that what's it called? You can truly manifest abundance in all areas of your life. So when you understand this foundation, it helps you to be able to, create the abundance that you truly desire in your finances. So the second myth is that people believe that abundance is for a lucky few. Abundance isn't for a lucky few. Abundance is your birthright. Abundance is for you. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy to live the life of your dreams. You are worthy to manifest wealth in all areas of your life. You are worthy of it. So it is not for a selected few. It is for all of us. But the thing then now is for each person to understand that abundance is within my birthright. Abundance is for me. It is not just for a limited few. It has nothing to do with my background. It has nothing to do with what my present situation is about. My true identity, and that is who I am, and that is what I'm meant to manifest. So the third misconception I'll speak about when it comes to abundance is that abundance, you have to work so hard till you drop till you drop till you have to work so hard or continuously work hard for you to be able to manifest abundance. And this comes from the hustle mindset that we have, that believes that you have to work till you drop before you can be able to create abundance. And that is not true. True abundance is about balance. True abundance isn't about burning out. It's about you being able to create, a life of a life, or of abundance in all aspects of your life. So, as women, we deserve and we are worthy of abundance. As women, we are worthy to manifest abundance in your finances, for you to be able to, experience life on your own terms, for you to be able to experience freedom, live the life of your dreams, you know, spend time with your family, truly manifest it in all aspects of life. So it is your birthright. So I needed to lay that foundation so that you understand, in all the full ramification of abundance, so that you are not settling for less. Because I hear sometimes people say, when you have a thriving career, you cannot have a good relationship. When you have a good relationship, you cannot have a thriving career. No, we are called to enjoy all of the abundance in all aspects of our lives and in all ramification. But this night, I will focus it a bit on finances for women. So I'll talk about financial abundance. So financial abundance is for you. Financial abundance is your birthright. And how can we, as women, begin to manifest this financial abundance in our lives? The first thing you need to understand is that indeed abundance is your birthright. You need to understand that you are worthy of financial abundance. You are worthy to create abundance in your life. And when you look around us in recent times, you discover that women are beginning to take prominent roles. Women are beginning to lead organizations. Women are beginning, to take positions that weren't for them, that weren't really ascribed to them before. There is a shift, and this shows that even as a woman, you are worthy of abundance. You are worthy to manifest abundance, the money that you desire. You are worthy to live the best life that you truly desire. So you have to understand that. And one of the things that will help is shifting your consciousness from scarcity to abundance. And what is the scarcity? Scarcity has to do with your mindset. It's a psychological mindset that is rooted in lack, where you believe that there isn't enough money to go around. A lot of people believe that money is a scarce resource. And ideally, there is nothing like money. Money is an illusion. Because before now, there was a time where money was trade by barter, where for you to get things, you have to exchange. If you have yam, you exchange it with corn. If you have corn, you exchange it with something. There was a time that was how value was being exchanged until it became money. So there is really nothing like money. Money is just an illusion. The most important thing is for you to be able to create value. And the more value you are able to create, the more money you are able to make. So people say, "Oh, I'm looking for money." So I usually ask, "Can you tell me the bus stop where the money is, so that we can go and get it? Or is there a particular location where money is?" There's really no location where money is. So money is an illusion. The moment you can debunk that in your mind, that money is an illusion, it helps you be able to accept the concept of wealth, the concept of finances, and you're able to experience peace with that subject of financial abundance. So financial abundance is about your mindset first. It's about how you think. And there are two ways that we think. Is either we are thinking from a realm of abundance, or we are thinking from a realm of scarcity. So when you're thinking from a realm of scarcity, what that implies is that you believe that money is not enough, that you have to compete as a woman, you have to struggle for you to be able to make money. You have to struggle for you to be able to have the financial abundance that you desire. And if that is the mindset that you are coming with, what will definitely happen is that you discover that you're just working so hard, you are hustling, you are going through much, you are getting burnt out, you are getting overwhelmed just because you want to be able to create financial abundance. And that is operating from a scarcity mindset. But when you're operating from an abundance mindset, when you understand that you are abundance and you are created to live in abundance, and you know that abundance is your birthright, and what that simply means is that you are functioning from a mindset that believes that there is enough for you as a woman to thrive. There is enough for you as a woman to be able to create all the financial abundance that you desire, that there is enough for you to be able to make impact on this planet Earth. That begins to form the foundation for you to be able to build financial wealth on it. Because wealth is about 95% psychological and about 5% your skills and your strategy. So people struggle because they focus on the skills, they focus on the strategy, they don't focus on the mindset. So if you look around right now with all the uncertainties that is around, with all the confusion that is around, with all the inflation and all of that, a lot of people are functioning from a place of scarcity, but they do not know that they are functioning from a place of scarcity. Because the fact that you are abundant does not mean that there won't be challenges. So having an abundance consciousness also shows you that challenges carries opportunities. That in the midst of all the tough times, that in the midst of all the situations, all the complexities, all the uncertainties, they carry with them. It's like a woman with a womb. The uncertainties, the inflation, all of them, they carry with them. It's a womb carrying opportunities and waiting to be birthed. So if you realize that these situations are opportunities in disguise, There are opportunities for me to create wealth. There are opportunities for me to be able to make impact. There are opportunities for me to be able to change my life. Then what happens is that your perception about that situation changes. And that is why it is about your mindset. When your mindset changes about a situation, what happens is that it informs your outcome. So with all that is happening around, what is your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What is your most predominant thought about wealth? What is your most predominant thought about the situation that you are going through? Are you saying, the economy is so tight, things are going so tough, we don't even know what to do, and you resign to the economy? You give your power off to the economy. And what happens in that instance is that you are already settling for less. You are already functioning from a place of scarcity. But when you have that mindset of abundance, you are asking yourself, in this question, in this situation, what are the opportunities that await me? What problems can I solve? Remember, money is only a function of value. Money is energy. So what are you going to give in exchange for the money that you seek? What are you going to give in exchange for the financial abundance that you desire? Those are the questions that should be coming through your mind, because in this situation, it is when a lot of people are creating wealth. And I like a lot of us, I'm sure, for those of us that are Christians, you may be familiar with this scripture that says, "Arise, shine, for the light has come and the glory of God is risen upon you." It says, "And gross darkness shall cover the earth, but the glory of the Lord shall be seen upon you." For there to be shining, there must be darkness. So why is it now that when we see darkness, we panic? In that darkness, the light is meant to shine. In that darkness is when the glory of God is meant to show upon you. So that means that in that darkness, in that uncertainties, in that deep moments that you are wondering, I don't understand, that is the time for the opportunities. Like I said, it's like a woman with a womb that is really ready to give birth. When the woman is travailing, she's making noise, she's screaming, she's doing up. It's like the pain is much, but the moment she gives birth, she's excited. And that's what happened. The moment of the uncertainties are the times when you are travailing, when when you are meant to give birth to opportunities that makes you shine forth as light, to make you create the abundance and the wealth that you so desire in your life. So one of the things you need to do is you need to reframe how you see challenges. You need to reframe how you see challenges. How are you seeing the opportunities around you? These uncertainties are times for you to create wealth. There are times for you to create wealth. So I'm going to be speaking about maybe three keys that can help. And the first one is you need to cultivate an abundance mindset. You need to shift your consciousness from scarcity to abundance. What does that mean? You need to upgrade your mind. We all have phones, and from time to time, you upgrade the iOS on your phone. And the way the phone was created, it was imitated from the mind. So if you constantly have to upgrade your phone, then that means that constantly you have to upgrade your mind. A lot of people are working with obsolete minds, obsolete versions in their minds. The world is changing fast, but they are still fixed in their ways. They are still fixed in the way that things have been working. As a woman, you can't remain fixed in your ways. The world is changing. You must have an abundant mindset. Your mind must be open to grow, to ask yourself, what are the things I can do in this? What are the skills I can learn? So you open up your mind to new things. So you are not complaining about the situation, but you are embracing the situation to say, okay, what can I bring out of this situation? And remember, the meaning you ascribe to your situations will determine what you get. So if you cultivate an abundance mindset, what happens to you is that you begin to see opportunities. You begin to see things working in your favor. The things that you felt are no longer working begin to work in your favor, because now your mind is perceiving and seeing things differently. So cultivating an abundance mindset is key. A mindset that you know that everything you need to thrive is available for you. I usually say this, and I would also want to say it here. We have 7 billion people on the surface of the earth. And before all of us, there have been people that have lived the surface of this earth that have gone. I don't even know their numbers. So if you have 7 billion people that are currently alive, And the people that have gone, I don't know how many billions are they are. Nobody is like you. Nobody has your fingerprint. No matter how much they say somebody looks like you, the truth is this: the person is not like you because that person does not have your fingerprint. So I want to ask you, what do you think went into creating you as a masterpiece? Why do you think you were created in that magnificent manner where nobody is like you, where nobody, has your fingerprint, where you are unique? That shows that in your creation, you have been wired in such a way that you carry solution, a unique spice to bring to the earth. You carry a unique spice to bring to the earth. And that uniqueness in you, it will only show forth when there are challenges. Because if there is no problem to be solved, what solutions are you providing? So I'm saying to a woman that is listening to me right now that you have been fearfully and wonderfully made, and you have been created as a unique brand that has solutions for the present times that we are in. So you need to expand your mindset to be able to embrace this new reality of who you are, embracing the fact that you are indeed abundant, embracing the fact that this is, you have been called to be a solution in this time. So embracing a mindset of abundance opens you up to opportunities. It opens you up to wealth because you attract wealth. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So if you don't change your mind, what happens is that you will consistently attract what you think. So if your default mindset is scarcity, well, it's not enough, the economy, you keep worrying, what you are going to keep attracting into your life are just problems, scarcities, confusions into your life. So it's important that you cultivate an abundance mindset. Understand, identify what your limiting beliefs are. Identify those beliefs that do not empower you. And what you need to do is to do what? Reframe them. Reframe this mindset into positive one. I am not enough. You say to yourself, I am enough. I've given you are created uniquely, so you are enough. And you have something to offer. You have something to bring to the table, not just something to bring to the table. You have multiple benefits and opportunity and value to bring to the table. You just need to allow yourself. You just need to believe in yourself. You do not allow other people's definition of you define you. You embrace the entirety of who you are, that you are abundant. And then the second thing I will speak about is entrepreneurship. Sometimes I hear women say, oh, I'm not cut out for business, I'm not good with money. But the truth is this: you're not good with money, but you know how to spend money. It's a limiting belief. If you are created, as a unique being to offer a solution, that means you carry value. So why not package your value, your skills, your talents, your gift, package them and give it out for value? No matter who you are, there's something that people can learn from. Why don't you package it as a value? I wrote a book that I launched on Saturday. I put my value here. I coach, I do public speaking, I facilitate for organizations. I have programs that people are on, several programs that people are on. And all of this comes from my experience. I did HR, I did education, I have some series of experience, but everything is not what I'm using to be of value to people. And people are paying me for it. So what skills do you also have? What value do you have that you can package and give to people? I used to say that I wasn't born to be an entrepreneur, that I was just called to be a follower to help people. And everything around me confirmed the fact that I was, that I was a follower just to help other people achieve their dreams. But when I exited my 9 to 5 in 2018, I exited in a very amazing way. I wouldn't want to go into that this night. I found myself in entrepreneurship. I started learning, and today I am here helping other people. The definition of myself that I gave myself limited me. And right now I am using my gifts to help others. So I'm asking you, you have those gifts, you have experiences, you have skills, you have expertise, you have hobbies, There are so many things that you have been wired with that you can use to be a blessing to other people. So in these times when people are crying and they're saying things at all, how can you package what you have and use it to be a blessing to other people? Can you package it as a gift? Can you package it as a coaching program? Can you package it as speaking engagement? Can you monetize your social media? In what form? There are so many forms. Digital, do you need to learn a new skill that can empower you? Because sometimes some people still have typewriter skill, like I call it, updated skills. Do you need to update your skills so that you are more relevant? These are things you need to continue to put before you. And the interesting thing right now is even if you say that, oh, I'm not called out to be an entrepreneur, I facilitate for organizations. And right now, some organizations are interested in having employees that are entrepreneurs. What does that mean? That means within that organization, you have people that think like entrepreneurs. Because when you came into the company, what you said is, I can bring value to the table. So in that space, that means you are an entrepreneur. So even organizations right now are looking for people that will bring value to the table. So what value are you building? And no matter who you are, whether you are a business person, whether you are a professional or an entrepreneur, build a solid personal brand for yourself. Build a solid personal brand for yourself. Because we are now in the digital world. Become visible in your space. If you don't have anything to sell yet, talk about what you do. Put it out there. There are people coming, that needs to learn from you. You can start mentoring people, but start creating value in whatever way that it is. The era of just folding your hands and waiting for salary is gone. Depending on only one source of income is dangerous in these times. So you need to begin to think, how can you package your value? How can you become more valuable to help, to solve a problem? And as you solve the problem, you get paid for it. That is how you also build wealth. Money does not fall from heaven. They don't spend money in heaven. You pay people every day. You pay people every day. You want to buy your hair, you pay someone. I want to ask you, what are people buying from you? What service are you rendering? You see, like I said, money is an illusion. But the moment you become a person of value, you discover that you start creating multiple streams of income around you because you are creating value. So I sell my book. I launched this book on Saturday and we have sold over 200 copies already. 200 copies already. This is a source of income. My coaching program is a source of income. Public speaking is a source of income. Facilitating for organization is a source of income. I trade is a source of income. Multiple streams of income all around you. So I want you to think inwards and ask, how can I monetize my knowledge? How can I create assets around my gifts? Nobody was created without having anything. You have something. And some people say, oh, I don't like to sell. And there's nobody that, whether you're a professional, you are selling. Before you got engaged in that job, you were selling. You sold yourself. I am the best person. If you recruit me, if you give me this job, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I can work on that. It was the value you sold. The way you sold yourself was what made that organization say, oh, she's the right fit for this job. So if you cannot sell in this dispensation, you are on your own. You must be able to sell yourself. Selling is a skill that has to be cultivated. I love the story of the widow that the husband died and she was in debt. And they were about to take her son. And she went to the prophet to say, they want to take my son. The prophet said, what do you have? She said, I don't have anything except a jar of oil. And he says, okay, go and rent vessels, not a few. So she rented the vessels and she was pouring the oil inside. When she finished pouring the oil inside, she wasn't waiting for the oil to turn to water, to turn to money. She went to sell the oil. And from the proceeds from the oil was what she used to settle her bill. And I'm sure she continued that business. So if you want to solve your needs, you must be able to sell. Stop running away from selling. Selling is a skill you must have. If you must excel in your career, you must be able to sell. So you must have that mindset of an entrepreneur, wherever it is you are. You must have that mindset and give value constantly. So the third thing I'm going to speak about has to do with social skills. You must be able to, learn social skills. You must be a good communicator. Learn to communicate effectively. Learn to listen, learn to communicate, learn to social build network with people. I used to say to myself that I was an introvert. I don't like to talk to people. Oh. I don't like to I just want to be on my own. You know, you have signed marriage with poverty, oh, because you were given this mouth to speak, not just to talk anything, but to communicate your value. No man was created in isolation. You were created to be able to collaborate. You were created to mingle, build networks, surround yourself with right people, deliberately, build right associations with people. It will go a long way to help you because money is in people. The more quality people you have in your circle, the more your net worth. We always say that. So we deliberately build right network around you. But you must be a person that is friendly. He that must have friend must also show himself friendly. You must work on yourself, invest in yourself to be someone that people want to associate with. Improve your social skills. Learn to collaborate with people. Right now we are functioning in, the world is global. You can be here working with people in different countries, in different parts of the world. You must be able to do what? You must be able to relate with people, collaborate, work as a team. You must have those interpersonal skills to succeed as a woman. It is important. You can't afford to carry envy, strife, competitive spirit in these times. It is even against your nature as an abundance being. You see, all of those negative emotions, they keep you bound. They don't allow you soar. So you must commit to improving on yourself. I used to say, I used to be a very shy person. I was timid. I didn't like to talk. It got so bad that at some point I had to start learning English again. That was how bad it was. Until one day I asked myself a question: where do you want to be? And the next question was, the you now, can it achieve that goal that you set for yourself? The answer was capital no. And that was when I gave myself to personal development. And I started, attending programs, attending conferences, started working on myself. And here I am today. What I felt was not a part of the attributes that I have are now becoming the strength that are helping me to impact millions of people out there. Imagine if I was still the old me. Would I be here speaking to you? Would I be here impacting you? Would I even have come across the convener of this program? Would I even have met you? No. But I had to work on myself. I had to develop myself. I had to pay attention to personal development. So my question to you is this: what dream do you have for yourself? What is the picture of the future that you have? And I want you to ask yourself, the present you, can it become that person that you desire? If not, then you need to give yourself to personal development. You need to commit to yourself to be that version of you that you so desire, because you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. So if you must attract abundance of wealth, then you must become wealth. And how do you become that? You must become a person of value. You must have value to give. You must be a solution provider. You must be someone that is solving a problem out there. And I want to say to you, nothing can limit you except you allow it to limit you as a woman. Give yourself permission to soar. Give yourself permission to become the best version of you that you can ever be. Stop seeking validation from others. You have all that it takes within you for you to be able to soar. You have all that is within you for you to be able to achieve that dream that you have. So my question to you, my charge to you as a wrap up is that you should allow yourself soar. You deserve and you are created to live in abundance. You are created to manifest abundance in all areas of your life. So permit yourself to be that person. Permit yourself to soar. Permit yourself to partake of your heritage, which is abundance, and stop settling for less. And I want to say to you tonight that abundance is your birthright. Don't settle for less. And I'll stop here for now. Thank you. You are muted, T.
Yeah, yeah, I just found out. Thank you so much, Mark. That was a very fantastic session. Thank you so much. Please, we have questions. Okay, so first question is, please, how can we sustain abundance mindset over time, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks? Yeah.
Okay, that's a very beautiful question. Number one thing you need to understand is that you are abundant. Then you need to reframe how you see challenges. Like I said, challenges are not created to destroy us. Challenges carry with them opportunities. So if you can see through the challenges, you will discover that there is always a silver lining. There is always opportunities there. And one of the things I would say you can do is practice gratitude. Live a life, cultivate a lifestyle of gratitude. When you wake up every morning, write three things that you are grateful for. Because what that does for you is that it helps you shift your mind from what is not working to what is working. Because most times your mind play a fast one on you. It makes you look at things as if everything is collapsing. Whereas things are not collapsing. Because you are focused on that challenge, it keeps expanding. So recently, I have a community called the School of Abundance, and there was, I got feedback. People said they were overwhelmed just with all of the things that you're talking about. So we had a meeting, and I gave them a simple exercise. I, I said, take two plain sheets of paper. On the first plain sheet, write all your worries, all the things that are not working, all your challenges, write them. Then on the second plain paper, write the things that are working for you. And we did it live. I gave them 6 minutes to write. And after the 6 minutes, I invited people to speak. And the first person that spoke said, I was able to write only two challenges. He said, I started asking myself, where are all the other challenges that I think I've been having? So she said she paused a bit and went to the second sheet to write all the things that she was grateful for. And she just saw herself writing all the things that were working in her life. And she was just writing and she kept writing. So she was not like, so why was my mind playing a fast one on me that everything is just going upside down? And we called another person. This person said, oh, this is strange. I also could write only two things. And I started wondering, where are all the worries? Where are all the problems? And that is why gratitude is important. Whatever you focus on is what you attract. So the reason why you feel that the problems are overwhelming is because you are giving your attention to the problem. And so the more you give your attention to the problem, the more it expands and the more the problem is amplified. So for you to be able to shift your consciousness and consistently live in abundance, cultivate gratitude. Don't just think about it, write it down. Have a gratitude journal and write when you wake up in the morning, three things you are grateful for. When we are going to bed in the night, write three things you are grateful for in the day. Before you know it, you start shifting your consciousness. You will not even worry. Worry will flee.
All right, thank you very much, ma. Okay, one more. I have two more questions, but let me just say this one first. Um, Personally, I am this kind of person that I am like, jovial. I know how to like talk to people, but there are times where I just look back and I'm like, I know it's related to what you just said, but like I also wanted to like shed more light. There are times where you just be like, actually you're doing the right thing, even though you know you're doing the right thing, but you're like, you're not sure, you're not making sure, you're not doing what exactly you want to do. And I actually did try that when I wrote some things down, but sometimes there are times that you just, I don't know, you just forget and you're like, wait, oh, when you now go back to that, list, you're like, maybe this isn't that I wrote this thing. Why am I having, I don't know. Like, so I wanted to like explain why that is, and
So
so
why you keep going back?
yeah, why you keep going back and why you're still thinking, like dwelling on what you're not supposed to be dwelling on. Like, oh, okay,
Okay.
you are doing well, but you're also like something is pushing you back, drawing you back that, oh, you're not doing something right.
Okay, let me explain. It could be that there are different things happening. Number one, you need to understand that in life, there's nothing like perfection. So most times when you have people that want everything to be done in a perfect way, you always have challenges of you constantly measuring yourself, say, oh, this is not good enough, but this is not good enough. But the truth about life is that you have to start from somewhere. I'm here speaking to you today. I didn't start like this. I didn't start like this. Do I still have some bits of doubts that come once in a while? Yeah. But one thing is that I don't allow them stay. I don't allow those thoughts will come, but you don't allow them stay. And when you become conscious of your thoughts and you begin to give extend grace to yourself, you discover that since you know that there's nothing like perfection, when you are seeking perfection, you say to yourself, I have started this thing, I'll keep improving. And then the issue of starting and stopping is about discipline. When you are not doing it, look at the outcomes of your life. When you are committed to that act, look at the outcomes of your life. You will discover that you are losing more when you are not committed to the journey. And that is why you see that you are high today, you produce, your results are just,
Yeah.
fluctuating. But if you must
Yeah.
maintain that momentum, you must commit to the discipline that will produce the result that you desire. So that's why I said you have to cultivate an abundance mindset. You have
Mindset.
to cultivate a life of gratitude. And as you do that, you keep getting better. It gets to a point you never want to drop. You don't even want to say to yourself, it's not something you don't want to do.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, ma. Last question. So, how can we overcome feelings of guilt or shame related to pursuing abundance, especially if we come from a background of scarcity?
Okay, thank you very much. Most of us have that. And the journey to abundance or to man is it's not a one day journey. It's something you keep growing in. And you need to first identify what are your limiting beliefs. There was a time in my life that I felt that I wasn't good enough. I was very small. Some of my friends were big. So I had this inferiority complex. I had so many low self-esteem. I had so many issues. I had so many issues, but I had to confront myself. So I started listing all the issues that I felt I had. Okay, low self-esteem. I don't like to talk. I don't have any good thing to talk about. I listed everything and I started juxtaposing them. Because when you know where you are, you can actually navigate to where you want to be. Just like you want to go somewhere, you call your Uber or your Bolt. The first question is, where are you? So if you must shift from scarcity to abundance, you must first know where you are. What are these limiting beliefs? List them. Then reframe them. I am not good enough. I am good enough. I am worthy of abundance. I have good things to say. I want to ask you, I've spoken here now for some few minutes. Have I not said things that that you have learned one or two things? So you need to
Mm.
begin to reframe those things because those are just thoughts that want to keep you down. When we used to watch movies those days, you have this voice that wears white, you have this voice that wears black.
That's
This
black.
one will say do it, that one will say don't do it,
Yeah.
this one will say do it, this one will say don't do it. That's what happens in the mind. But the more you begin to allow that thought that empowers you, you begin to give it power. What happens is that it gradually silence that other, thoughts. And before
Yeah.
you know it, you see yourself elevated. So it's a practice you need to cultivate. And if you add gratitude to it, what happens is that you begin to silence that voice. You begin to silence it and you begin to believe more in yourself. Then surround yourself with quality people. Don't surround yourself with people that will be pulling you down because your association matters a lot. Yeah, look at that. What do you think? All your mates are, do you think you to no? Work with people that inspire you, work with people that empower you to be more, and also feed your mind with positive things. People go on social media, they are exposed to everything, every gossip, everything. They've turned their mind into a gutter, a dumping ground that people dump trash in. If your mind is trash, you will produce trash. It's not everything out there that is for you. Guard your mind. Feed it with only empowering things that can help you align with your goals in life. And before you know, you discover that things begin to shift in your inside. And as it shifts in your inside, it will begin to show forth on your outcome.
All right. Thank you so much, mom. Thank you very much. These are all the questions that I have for you, and thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for enlightening us on more of this. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay, let me check the comments. I think there are some
So let me say
questions.
something. Then I have this book. The abundance
Okay.
code, cultivating and mastering an abundant mindset. It speaks a lot more about all the things that we have spoken about, and people can get it. I'm trying to see. I see that I'm covering. Okay, and people can get a copy of it. If you are not in Nigeria, it's on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. If you're in Nigeria, you can get it. Also, you can get the hard copy or whichever the soft copy. But all the things here that have been documented in this book would also help you shift from scarcity to abundance, where you are producing abundance in all aspects of your life. And the interesting thing is that it comes in a story format. So it's a story of two gentlemen and how they navigated through life to create their life. So I recommend this book to everyone out there who desires to live a life of abundance. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay, so do we just go on Amazon and just type the abundance code, or there's a link in
I
it?
can share the link with you, or
Okay.
you can come to my Instagram handle. I am Oludayo Adeniyi. You can go to my Instagram handle. I am Oludayo Adeniyi, and you can send me a message there. You can get a copy of the book. So my Instagram handle is I am Oludayo Adeniyi. You can connect with me there, and you can order your copy.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. Okay, so for those watching us, you guys, if you want to get the book, you can go on our Instagram at I am Oludayo Adini. Send her a DM to get the book. And yeah, that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you so much for listening, joining us today. And thank you so much, Mrs. Oludayo Adini. Thank you very, very much. This was
Thank you for
actually,
having me. Thank you for
yes,
having
ma.
me.
Yes, ma. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And yeah, for those listening to us, please make sure to follow us at our socials, Emergence Conference. So that will be all for today. Thank you very much for joining us today. Bye.